Alright, I'm gonna do a little demo video on Mama. And I'll try to do the best I can because I don't have a good way to hold the camera. But I'll give you a couple examples of techniques I use on her. The first one is one that one of my friends taught me, and it's actually one she uses on humans. And this is probably the most gentle one that I've tried it on a number of animals, and they all seem to really like it, and it calms them. I don't really know what the name for it is, but it's very similar to basically just acting like you were playing a piano on them, but very gently. So you just go like this. You can kind of start anywhere. I mean, you can start like on their head, and you just kind of move down. And animals usually love it, and they tend to kind of just drift off. I think right now she's kind of wondering what I'm doing. And the purpose of this is to stimulate blood flow and just kind of move things around. So I think if your dog is sensitive and maybe has some pain, this technique would probably be helpful because it just very gently starts to stimulate blood flow and kind of gently move the muscles and the tendons and stimulate the nerves. And you can also do it on their legs and kind of on the bones. Just go very gently. And then the other thing with this technique is you can take your hand and kind of gently smooth down their leg. And you can also do it on their head. Oh, my camera's slipping. But they usually seem to enjoy it. And then sometimes while you're doing this technique, you'll discover areas that maybe seem really tense or tight. And if you want, you can go back to those areas and maybe work on them a little bit more with just kind of a normal massage technique. And you might feel like a little knot in there. Work on that a little bit. And obviously if they're not enjoying it, they'll let you know. They'll kind of, I think she's okay with this. Like there's a little spot in there that's a little bit. But if you think about it, a dog could have like a cramp in their back or a spasm. I think this is an important area to work on, especially for her. I've noticed as she's gotten older. You think about how tight this area can get. And as a dog, you don't have a way to communicate that or to work on it yourself. I mean, as a human, if your back's bothering you, you can do all kinds of stretches, or you can even take your hand and work on a knot in your back. But dogs don't have the ability to communicate that or work on themselves that way. Although they do have their stretches. They do have their down dog. So the other thing is just kind of working on these areas, and I can always tell when she's tight back here. And I think this definitely helps her walk better. So yeah, that's that's pretty much how I give her the little massages that seem to help her quite a bit. So I hope that helps.